Hi and welcome to Nerdy Gamers. The game today we're going to be playing is FTL, Faster Than Light. Okay, let's get started then. Now, I've played this through a few times and I'm going to try and complete the game again using the standard Kestrel Cruiser. I've not done that for a little while. Now, as you can see, Kestrel Cruiser is just the standard layout. We've got the tough little ship, but you start off with the standard weapons. I've kind of gone through this before, just to explain a little bit about the game, so I'm not going to worry about that. Just going to get on and just really start playing. Now, there's a few bits I'm going to talk about other than the actual game itself. That can kind of go on in the background. I'll bring up bits relevant as and when. One of the things I was going to talk to you about is the board game evenings that I've been doing with guys from where I live. It's been doing pretty well, actually. I mean, last week was one of our quietest nights. We only managed to get, was on the Tuesday, we got about 5 people. Most of those turned up late. But we've had anywhere from about 11 people up to probably more on average, about 7 or 8, I'd say. So it's usually a pretty good evening. So you get quite a range of games played. I mean, the current ones that we've been playing a lot of is a card game called Munchkin. It's by Steve Jackson Games. It's very, very heavily based on RPGs. And it's just a hilarious little game. There's a lot that you can do in it, especially if you know your RPG systems. You can find all sorts of references in there. So one of the monsters you have to fight is called the Gazebo. And it's actually back from a very old story that I originally remember reading in a magazine called Dragon. And it was a story about how somebody didn't understand what a gazebo was, so ended up thinking that it was a monster and tries to attack it. So it was a good little story there. And yeah, and like decades later, these people who created the game remember this story, recount it when they're going everything about their role-playing days, and end up creating a homage to that just story. It kind of reminds me of the time where somebody's writing in how their DM ended up allowing, interesting, I mean, it's got a complete list of everything that was going on in the area. Yeah, how their DM allowed Tyrannosaurus Rexes to hide in the long grass, obviously, because that's an easy place to hide. This is not going to be as easy, I think. Breach. Yeah, we're going to be hitting these people hard. So we're going to have a lot to worry about. Find out where the breach is going to happen. Yeah, nasty about breaches. You get a breach as well, so not only do we have to deal with the fight, but we're then losing massive amounts of oxygen. Yes, just going to get him out. Sorry, this is going to be a little bit complex, so I'm just going to focus on this for a second. Fuel and missiles, we're going to accept that, but even though we accept their defeat, we still actually have to deal with the breacher. Because until that is out of there... Alright, we can move him out. So it's just going to focus on this just because if we can die. It's one of those silly little things. Generally don't want to die. Let's also make sure we got oxygen being pumped in. Right, I think just get everybody healed up and then we're good to go. Yes, board game nights. Currently been playing Munchkin. As I say, it's a fun little card game. We've also bought recently Ticket to Ride. That's sort of like, it's not too long a game. You have to build up a railway system, and the first person you get points based on connecting different destinations together. So that's a fun game. Beam and a gun. We might be able to do this without using the missiles. Don't want to keep using all my missiles. I don't like their teleporter because that'll knock down the shield. Hopefully it's... yeah. I'm gonna knock out their weapons. Right. Yes, and Ticket to Ride. So it's the one I've got is the American layout. So you can got to build a railway system between different towns, and if you can complete them, you get all the points for that layout. Obviously, the further that you've got to travel, the more points the particular layout is worth. If you fail to complete it, then you lose that many points. So you've kind of got to balance it between getting lots of routes and not having many. So you kind of really got to be careful whilst you're doing this. Another game that we've been playing is, we just had a game of it recently, Zombie in My Pocket. Zombie in My Pocket. It was kind of a homebrew game, it was sold in not many particular shops, but... ooh, where we got? We got the quest all the way over there. We might be able to make it to the store. I'm just going to check this. Oh, interesting. No, we're not going to make that. So we're just going to have to skip straight on. Yeah, Zombie in My Pocket. It was kind of a homebrew system. So there's some of the issues with the rules not being really quite clear, but it does very well actually, and it's I think it's quite an enjoyable game. It's not a particularly easy game to play and to succeed on. 1 fuel for 4 missiles. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll get this trade complete, get this quest complete as well. Oh, nice. And we'll just skip over and get this out of the way. No, we're going to try this. Come on. That's worth it. A whole load of fuel as well. What we got? We got 1, 2, 3. I reckon we can just do this. Because they're spooling up the FTL drive, we're going to hit them right in it. Okay, yes, so one of the other games that we've got was... oh, let me see. Somebody's got Werewolf. It's not based on the RPG, but rather it's it's a card game of sorts. You each get given a card which represents your character. You are either a human, a werewolf, or one of the other specials, which effectively counts as a human. And from there, during each of the phases of the day, you have to decide what action you're going to perform. So the werewolves obviously can pick somebody every single night and they can just kill them outright. They also get the advantage of they know who they are and who each other are. So they can communicate when everybody else has to close their eyes. But all the rest of the humans have no idea who they are. So the werewolves are trying to act like they're humans, the humans are trying to figure out who the werewolves are, and the specials have got nice actions that they can perform, which can help out the human side. And if the werewolves can kill all... oh my word, we just picked up another drone. And if the werewolves can kill all the humans, then the werewolves win, and if the humans can get rid of the last werewolves, then the humans win. Jeez. Yeah, that's nice. We just picked up a whole bunch. We're going to go with the Uncharted Nebula, actually. The Uncharted Nebula is going to give us lots of time to explore. So we just had... that was quite a major set of upgrades. What we're also going to do for once is we're going to upgrade... no, because we've got so many of these drone stuff. Anti-ship defense and system repair. No, I'm going to keep that as it is. Going to have our shields increased. Saving a bit so we can actually repair up the ship. But you see, I'm going for the nebula because that way we can do a massive amount of exploring in this area. Reckon we might be able to... nebula... Woo! We got a free repair person. We'll stick him on shields. I'm not going to do too heavy exploring because in a way we do have a limit of fuel. Right, we've got intruders. Probably going for the med bay. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep that repairing going. Because the nice thing is if you fight them in med bay, you can heal just maybe about as quick as you can actually take the damage. So it's a stupid place for them to attack. Yeah, you see our healing rate is pretty good actually, and they don't get any of the benefit from the healing. So we'll win this. Yes, all the stuff that we're kind of doing for the board game night. I hold that once a week. And yes, this next one up, we've got maybe 9 people turning up for it. We've had the one recently where we had 5 people. Best has been about 11 people. So there's actually quite a lot of people interested in playing board games. And this is from a group of maybe 30 people. So it's a great way of getting together and just do something. We always meet down a pub, and from there we just kind of get to know each other, have a chat, play some games really. We've also just recently gone out and down for dinner. We went to a tandoori restaurant, and that was quite good because it was some nice food, some good company. And afterwards we went out down to the pub and just spent a while just kind of getting to know each other. A whole group of us are also going to be going out and doing a big event next weekend because it's our 1-year anniversary. So the group has been going for a whole year. And it's got their FTL drive out. And so we got something like about 35 people turning up for that. It's going to be a massive, massive thing. I mean, normally we could probably expect what? Ooh, that was nasty. That took out our beam weapon. So we'll just slap that in there and bring somebody up to help. So we can depower that and bring up the burst weapon. Right. Yes, we got about 35 people going out for that. We've done go-karting recently. I'm organising clubbing night so we can go out on the town. We've got some ideas for pool. We've also been going to the cinema recently. We've got somebody setting up a movie night where we all just kind of get together and just watch some movies. So that's been quite successful. In fact, he's only got so big a house, so there's a limit how many people he can get around, and we generally have a waiting list for it because a lot of people want to do the movie night, but there's a limit how many people we can actually get in. It's also quite nice because he's got a nice projector system, and he's also got it hooked up to his game console as well. So we're talking... yeah, even the big screen TVs really leave nothing to show for this. Ooh, missile and ion. Now the ion's not going to make any difference, but we do want to hit this hard and quick. Also, the shields are not going to make any difference whatsoever. Because the missiles just bypass, and the ion is just going to hit the system or knock out the shield. So probably better off having the maneuverability. So the weapon systems are out, so we want to try and take out these shields. That way we can take them down faster. Yes, and basically we just carry on like this, and if they start getting the weapons up, we target their weapons. We've got missiles on standby. There we go, see they get their weapons up, so we just slap over some shots on there. And this keeps them out of action until we can take them out. So yeah, so we've got quite a few bits coming up. I mean, with this group, I've also done punting. We've gone down to more cinema. We've done 10-pin bowling. It's really just a great way of getting to meet people and getting to know people. And of course, it's because everybody's kind of in the same boat. You don't really have to worry about am I going to get on to know these people. It's also the thing is these aren't people that you work with as well, so you can got that whole separation, and it's quite nice. You can meet people from all different kinds of walks of life as well, so it's a good way of getting to know people normally outside your normal social circle. The funny thing is because we all found this online and because of where I live in Cambridge, a lot of the people who go to this particular group, about half of us are computer programmers, so it's not completely finding different people from places, but it's still quite different from only meeting programmers. So it does give us, or it gives me, a nice little range of people to get to know. Yeah, I mean, we got people from, obviously we've got a lot of programmers. We do have quite a few engineers. We also have various of the American Army bases, personnel from there. Addenbrooke's is a fairly major hospital, so we got various people in the medical profession, from either nurses, doctors, technicians, and things like that. And then, of course, you just got the everyday sundry people who kind of turn up and want something to go do. And there's quite a few of these groups around Cambridge. There's another group which... Fuel, yes, we'll take that, because you've got fuel. Oh, finally a store. We've been needing to find one of these for a while. Drone control. Yeah, we kind of could do with drone control. We've got drones. But that's gonna, yeah, anti-ship, attacks the enemy ship, defense. I reckon if I sell the system repair, get drone control, get some more fuel, fix up, and kind of do that. I don't have enough power to actually run any of the drones, really, at the moment. Alright, also what I can do though is I can go to the store. We got free drone type, so I'm going to sell off that, and then we can fix up the entire ship, get some more fuel, and then we run out. That's it. We're in a fairly good shape. Then we can just kind of explore around the region. Oh dear. Right. First thing, obviously, gonna put up the shields so that the one weapon can't really do much. Actually, no. I'm gonna actually have to take off shields. I can't. No. If I take that, do that, I can put the shields up. Burst laser is all I'm going to really need. Just need a tiny little bit of shield just to handle that one weapon. So double shot. Oh no, it's only a single shot. See, that's going to handle that. And then yes, the burst laser whacks in, takes out their weapon. It also saves a missile. Whilst the Artemis missile system is quite good, you can just chew up through missiles so quickly by using it. So I do try and avoid having it on all the time, and maybe chuck in one or two shots. Also, I've only got a limited number of drone parts at the moment, so I don't want to keep using up all these drones as well. And what I really kind of need to get hold of is some more energy for here. I mean, ideally I'd want to buy more energy weapons as well. I'm just going to hopefully defeat this. Yes, we got it. more missiles, more drone parts. So we've got plenty of time actually, because of course we're in a nebula, things are moving very, very slowly. It takes them a long time to actually find us. Looks like they've got a teleporter weapon and also a beam weapon. So we're going to take the fight to them. We're going to be invaded as well. So just make sure our oxygen goes up, and there's the teleporter. And there's everybody coming in. So we're going to send in everyone. We're going to keep a guy in as pilot. It's one of the reasons why you can improve the piloting system. And if you improve the piloting system, then obviously when you move the pilot out of the way, you still got some maneuverability. Right, and we now need to make sure we got the med bay running. Yeah, probably going to lose engines. Oh no, they've gone for the oxygen system. And there's got the people now, they're coming in for the engine system. So I give everybody a little bit of healing. The only problem is with the mantises, they are quite... Oh, there you go. Yeah, the mantises cause a lot of damage in melee combat, so you kind of got to watch it. And also we desperately need that oxygen system being repaired, so I'm going to send a repair guy. Yep, thank you for the warning. It's going to get repaired fairly quickly with 2 people on it, but also one of them being the enhanced repair people. Right, now I can kind of finish off healing everybody and not have to worry. There we go, just take them out. So a few things that we're looking to try and do soon is we're looking at maybe some theatre. We've also discussed going out and doing paintballing. There's also talk for those who like the idea of paintballing but don't want to actually do anything that might hurt. There's a load of places that can do kind of a laser system. Shields are not really going to matter in this, so we're going to use anti-ship, chuck that in, and we're also going to do burst laser. We've got a few drones, we can afford to use one, and we only need to survive one hit with our shield, so we only need shields 1 for this. And this will just constantly just keep on the shields, and when we actually do a hit, actually we're going to target their shield system. So in this thing, I will just open up there, just on the off chance we actually have some problems going. So you see, that's why I targeted the shield with this, because he can just keep targeting that and just keeps lots and lots of constant damage. Kind of minimises the damage we're going to take. Unfortunately I can't recover that, so it's some lost drone parts, but see, we got some drone parts back. Emma could do with some healing, so we can set that all up. And so we got away without using any missiles. Might be using missiles again soon because we've got a whole load. As you see, we've got plenty of time. I think, is it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, we got time I think to go across, down, and then over to the exit. We may have to jump to the exit on this next one. No, this is, yes, you normally end up with a fight here. Oh, this should be actually fairly simple, because he's only got enough power for one of the systems. He's not throwing out drones, he's only got one gun, so we just leave one shield up. We don't even really actually need the point in the engine, because if he hits, he hits. Doesn't make any difference. And we just slowly pick away and just take him down. Yeah, so as I was saying, we've got a few things that we're looking to do. And yeah, karaoke night is something. Just maybe some dance lessons. Just doing some touristy stuff around Cambridge, kind of getting to know the area. Because one of the reasons why people have joined up the group is because they don't know a lot of people in the area, and they don't also know the town itself. So doing the touristy stuff can be quite good for those people. Alright. Yeah, so it's... so somebody's also suggested rock climbing. We've also got going to the theatre. I mean, Cambridge's got quite a heavy arts field, so it's one thing that we can actually kind of make use of. And that's one thing we're kind of trying to do in the future. Right, so we've got all set up. We now need to put some power into our engines so that we can do the FTL, and then you can go. We probably should just jump straight to the exit. And from there, yeah, as you can see, we didn't really have much more time to do anything else. So what we're going to do is going to go to the Engi controlled sector, because that'll hopefully take us to the Engi homeworlds later on. So we'll reapply all the power to the systems, and we're going to probably take a look at what else we can get. Shields is too expensive at the moment, but okay, let's just go deal with this distress system. We've got enough fuel just, but we can get some nice stuff if you give them fuel at times. 39 scrap. Okay, that's not too bad. If we find a shop, we can pay back for the fuel that we picked up. If not, we just kind of got to hope. It's got a beam, and it's worth doing it. It's 16 scrap, but you can pick up more. No. So we are going to use missiles for this, because whilst we have shields, that is a beam. Not a beam. It's a burst shot, which is enough to maybe take down our shields, and he's got two different beam weapons, which could leave us in a pretty sorry state. As you can see, we only just avoided taking hits there. Now at the moment, he's got no weapon capability other than beams, so we don't actually have to worry at the moment. Now these auto assault ships, they're remotely piloted. They can slowly repair, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to focus on the shields because I've got nothing else to worry about. Hopefully knock down that shield, just make it a tiny bit easier to hit, and as you can see, we've got absolutely no worries here. It's just going to keep slapping against our shields. So beam weapons are very, very nice. Now there are some beam weapons in this game where they actually bypass shields. They're terrifying, because beam weapons can really screw over your ship, and very, very quickly. It's one of those things, I'd rather take a whole bunch of just ordinary lasers or burst lasers, because overall I think they're a little bit more useful. But if you can get the right beam lasers, they can just work so well. And generally I try and drop the missile stuff as soon as I can. But there are times where just being able to bypass shields is just so handy. Now I'm just going to go through that centre because we've got the heavier concentration of planets there, and we can check it out. Right, well, we've got a distress signal. Always check out the distress signals, because you never know, you can pick up kind of double rewards. Ah, these random events. Oh, how I loathe thee. Ooh, let's see. We're going to give it a shot. Oh, we got some good stuff for it. Excellent. Now we got some time, so we're just going to keep exploring. Try and build up as much money before we actually end up at this shop. Well, we got rockets. Ow. We are just going to slap everything into that weapon system. And then everybody's going to rush over here. Hopefully we'll start, because that is a nasty, nasty missile. Oh, we did just manage to knock it down in time. I just paused that just whilst I concentrate because I know a fight is going on. And my people are starting to get quite badly injured, so we're just going to withdraw. We're going to lose the oxygen supply. That's pretty obvious. I am going to slap in a missile over at that weapon system. I want to keep that weapon down. And as you can see, they're going in for the engines. So if I can take a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough to actually knock it out. And at the moment, I'm just keep hitting them because I really don't want to lose any more hull than I need to. The missiles and stuff are fairly cheap. Ah, that's nice. We just really could have done with that fuel. We're running a little bit low, so the next shop that we come to, we're going to be hitting that for as much fuel as we can. And we've got enough money with the scrap at the moment. Yeah, so as my friend's house, we did the movie night, as I was saying, and the movie night was quite good. We ended up watching Back to the Future, the original one, because one of our group had never actually seen Back to the Future, so we thought, right, out of all the shows that we kind of got to put this one in. It's like a good old classic movie. Oh, we're going to render assistance. And what we got? We have got intruders again. I suspect they're going to go to the oxygen. Heavy laser and ions. This is going to be a fairly simple fight. But we are going to hit their weapon system. Because if we don't hit their weapon system, we can potentially take some damage. And that is not going to get actually through our shields. This is the one thing. See, the thing is, their iron cannon takes out our shields, then it's potential that weapon could have then breached and caused some damage. So that's why targeting their weapon systems. And generally, it's kind of a toss-up between weapon systems and shields as to which you target. I think it's just kind of based on needs and what they've got to hand. So we did just manage to get some weapons up, but unfortunately a bit too late for them.